All right, everybody, Bryce here coming at you with another real quick crypto market update. Now, Bitcoin is holding its $19,000 support. Ethereum is holding its $1,300 support. And this is all happening against a backdrop of extreme Forex market volatility and even extremely high stock market volatility. But crypto's been quite contracted, which is interesting. There's a couple things that are going on that's causing particularly wide-ranging moves. Obviously, the Fed's interest rate hikes and just the insane pace that they're going, that's caused a lot of volatility. They've confirmed that they're probably, the market is confirming. The Fed is also verbally confirming, but it's yet to be seen. But they're confirming a 75 basis point hike here for November. But they said they might slow down in December. And that would be pretty big. If they did a 50 or 25 in December, the market is still pricing probabilities to be at 75 basis points rate hike each month. Now, the other interesting thing that caused a lot of volatility is the Prime Minister of Britain. She resigned. She got voted out. Whatever the situation was, she was gone after about 45 days. So again, when there's uncertainty, markets are going crazy. And then the dollar is just so strong that, the Japanese yen, for instance, is tanking. So, it's a great time to go visit Japan because the dollar's never been stronger there. But the Central Bank of Japan is spending inordinate amounts of US dollars. I think they spent like $15 billion this week trying to defend the Japanese yen. So all of this is causing just crazy amounts of volatility. And why am I, spending all this time talking about these macro sort of effects? Like, hey, this is a crypto market update, right? Well, it's because it's all intertwined, okay? Everything is intertwined here. And the reason why Bitcoin and Ethereum are so stable amidst this whole panic, you would say, maybe a sovereign debt crisis could be unfolding, a lot of bad loans and private credit markets might be unfolding, but Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these crypto assets, they're global. They're not debt backed, right? These are currencies that are kind of like commodity backed currencies. They're usage, at the end of the day, usage based, and they're not, like a stock or like a bond in any capacity. It's something completely different, and I think investors all around the world are kind of waking up to this concept of like, hey, in a currency crisis, with all these smaller countries who are kind of being left out to dry amidst this rising dollar, right? The dollar becomes so strong that all these emerging market currencies start to kind of implode. And I talked about Japan, which is not really an emerging market, right? And the UK, the British pound sterling, right? Like that's selling off at historical levels as well because the dollar's so strong. But Bitcoin's this, global money that when people are trying to flee their failing currency and get into the dollar, right? They could also get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's easily accessible from anywhere in the world. Anybody could buy, a fraction of a Bitcoin. And you see actually, tremendous volume starting to come back a little bit. And I think that's all indicative of just, these currency market crises where, people are just saying, okay, well, this is out of control. I want to go to a global currency. And Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of hold that, they fulfill that role. And it's really, really key that while the stock market made new lows, and while some of these currencies are selling off, Bitcoin hasn't made new lows. Ethereum has not made new lows since its June low, right? Where the stock market has. So again, that's another key thing where it's like there's a divergence. There's an underlying bid. There's an underlying sort of idiosyncratic movement to crypto that shows strength, that shows maybe a little bit more appetite for that, especially at these depressed prices where, we're 75% below the highs. I think a lot of investors are also waking up to this idea that, like, again, crypto is so new, it's so different. And if you don't at least have like, a percentage or 5 percentage points of your overall portfolio in crypto, then you might be making a bad call. Now, I think a lot of people are waking up to that concept of diversification across asset classes, especially in a market environment like we're in now, where bonds have had a worse year than stocks, which is pretty unprecedented, right? So, guys, a lot of crazy things going on. But when you see bonds having, a wild negative year, and stocks are negative, but not as negative, it's just wild, right? And so people are going to wake up to this concept of having something that is a global currency that's not debt backed, that's not issued by some sovereign government who might default, right? Bitcoin's based on energy. It's based on, digital sort of networks, and it's based on, global communication between people. And it has, value, right? Because people spend energy to mine it. Ethereum has value because people, spend energy building applications on it and contributing to the network. And so at the end of the day, these are very new, speculative, volatile currencies. But I do think that there's a serious place for them in people's portfolios, and without taking extreme amounts of risk, right? Just making sure you're at least starting to dollar cost average your way into the best coins, okay? Because not all coins are created equal, and there's like 50,000 of them now. So anyhow, just want to come at you guys with a quick reminder here. That was your market update. I hope everybody enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Hope it sparked a couple new ideas in your head. And we'll see you guys soon. Now, if that was interesting, and if you kind of found it worthwhile to stick around here and you're watching this, I highly recommend you click that orange button below to subscribe to our service, where we've got weekly newsletters, live streams, video commentary. We've got all sorts of analysis that we share with subscribers, and you could try it, right? A 2-week trial for $1, okay? A 2-week trial for $1. It's yours. If you're watching this video, that's like a little special offer we wanted to show you guys. Again, you could click that orange button below, and then come just check out what we've got going on behind the scenes. We've got a lot of analysts, myself, Aaron, and we're spending a lot of time doing fundamental research, technical research on the crypto markets, and we want to share that with you guys. So anyhow, 2 weeks, $1. That's it. Click the orange button. We'll see you soon.